So I was just thinking about something when I was doing my last live, and I really want to go into a detailed conversation about Kanye and Kim Kardashian and celebrity pop culture in general. Um, because I see what they're doing. Like I see what Kim Kardashian is doing with North. Like they got all the little female children trying to, prop them up, bring attention to them. And I know they trying to influence black female children because that's all these fuckers care about. Like the whole industry, that's all they care about is little black girls. Like, excuse me, if you think about it, everything they do is just to influence little black girls, which is why they're always promoting interracial dating and stuff with black males, trying to make the little black girls feel like they unwanted. And when a man has some money, he don't want you. Everything is a little tactic to try to get into the psyche of little black girls. Then you have, the white media, they always promoting that crap with their community, like, oh, find a husband. They always promoting romance between white males and females. Like every movie is about romance. Everything they write has a white woman being pathetic, getting saved by a white man, devoting her whole life and energy and sacrificing for a white man. If you really think about it, all like all movies, like well, white movies, white content is always about that. So you know, I just feel like they're just trying to make black females buy into that crap. Like they want black females to buy into the romanticizing males. You know what I'm saying? Like they always want black women to try to aspire to be like a white woman, to aspire to have her life and her husband and her family and shit like that, right? And statistically, you see that black women are not able to obtain that lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Romanticizing males with black women is like demonic. That shit leads to terrorism. So I just feel like, with the mass media, they're always trying to manipulate black females into buying into, a certain narrative. And I see how the Kardashians are trying to socialize, they trying to socialize North to think she's black and to be black, even though she's not black. Racially, she's not black. Culturally, she's not black. She's not being raised by black people. But they trying to make her identify with blackness. Like they keep getting her hair done and these black hairstyles. And, she's always on TikTok dancing around and trying to be cute and stuff. And I feel like, they're just trying to influence black girls. That's why my daughter not getting no TikTok. I mean, if you really look at all the little biracial girls that's on TikTok, they all doing the same thing. So, it's really, first of all, they trying to condition these little biracial girls to think they're black, number one. And then they got them acting hypersexual all over social media, obsessing about makeup and trying to be pretty and trying to be, what I'm saying, and then to me, they just want black girls to follow that crap. Like they want black girls to have an unrealistic standard, in their mind of beauty and of having a good life or having a better life. And just it's misogyny. It's like these males are controlling that content, and they really are using, what I'm saying, the Kardashians. Like think about all of the women in Hollywood. They are whores. They are prostitutes. When males have money, when they have money, especially black ashy males, when they have money, they marry whores, they marry prostitutes, they marry strippers, and then they groom their daughters to be whores and strippers and sluts too. And notice how If black girls behave that way, if black girls like thought life was a game and a joke, and they were just dancing around being whores and being hypersexual, you know how much that would destroy their lives and how they would be criticized by society for being whores and being dumb and stupid and uneducated and having all these babies. Like, they've been demonizing black women for that for a long time. Like, they used to demonize black women in the 90s for having teenage pregnancies. So now they promoting it. They heavily promoting it. Like, they're promoting little girls being hypersexual after they criticized the whole generation of black females for having babies in their teenage years. So the fact is, all of these males are behind that shit. Like, when Kanye is trying to act like Kim's a trafficking whore and stuff like that, um, how does he look with the current wife that he has? He parading around with her, telling her to take her damn clothes off and be naked in front of millions of people. So we know that he's full of shit. We know that he's with the shits. Like, he's going to sexualize North too. Like, clearly that's his agenda. I mean, it's a reason why he wanted North to be at his house when the Tate brothers was coming over there. And that's why that's why Kanye was trying to get North to sing on a song supporting Diddy. So it's clear that Kanye has every intention on grooming his daughter to be a whore. Okay, so this is what the hell black women need to be aware of, and this is why the fuck you need to. This is why you need to get your kids off of social media, especially your black daughters. You need to really ban them from social media and ban them from TikTok and all of that, because these males are trying to hypersexualize them, like I've been saying. And Kanye is trying to act like the good black dad when really he's trash. Like, nobody would take him seriously. Nobody would believe that he really trying to protect his kids from the Kardashians. You married into the family and you knew what they were about. Don't act like you didn't know what they were on and what they were about. Don't try to pretend to the public that you didn't know that Kim Kardashian was a whore and that, the women in that family were like freaks. So he can't even pretend like he didn't know. He knows exactly what's going on. He's with a sex worker right now as his wife. So, and then all of these males are promoting that. Like, these little pieces of garbage keep coming over here. Stop talking to me. I don't like you. I'll never like you. I don't care about nothing you talking about. Like, stop talking to me. Because you're not doing anything. You're not going to make me be quiet. You're not going to make me think no other way. You're not going to do anything to make me do nothing. Because I'm going to the death thinking like I'm thinking. And there's nothing your roach ass going to do about it. You don't control life. You don't control death. You don't control anything. So I'm going to do whatever the hell I want to. And there's nothing your braggedy ass is going to do about it. Period. So, like I said, yeah, you black women need to be aware of this shit, because these males are a psychotic, primitive beast. Like, they're desperate and they're pathetic. And they get more destitute, over time. And right now, they're definitely trying to use these celebrity biracial children who they claiming to be black. They trying to promote something through them. They trying to get them to behave in a certain way to try to influence your daughters to behave a certain way so that they can control your kids. Because no matter how North, like, if North decides to be a hoe or be sexually just out there or whatever, when she gets to a certain age, she has plenty of money to fall back on if she has kids early or any crap like that, right? No matter how they hypersexualize North, she's gonna be good because of nepotism. You understand? Like, her being connected to the Kardashian family is she gonna be able to do whatever she wants to do. She gonna be an outright prostitute or whatever she wants because she's gonna have the money to do it. But your black children won't have any resources. And what they're trying to do with your black kids is they trying to make your daughters have children prematurely and then trap them in your house with your those kids. So they try to create a perverted thing where you as a black mother, you're gonna have your daughter they're gonna condition her to be hypersexual so she can get pregnant, and then she's gonna be stuck in your house forever. And then you're gonna be helping raise her and her kids forever. Like it's never gonna be a time where she's gonna be able to get out of your house. Because they make the they're making the cost of living so high. You need about 4 incomes, 5 incomes now, right? So you know that your poor black daughter is not going to have any resources to be on her own if she gets pregnant prior to having an education or having having some decent money. She don't have it. I mean, she more than likely ain't never going to have it. So if she gets pregnant at all, you'll be trapped with the kids, no matter what age she has kids, because that's the dynamic. They not going to raise these sons to be shit. We already know that these sons are not going nowhere. Most of you black women are raising these sons on your own. Okay, so you're not going to have the resources to give them any money to start them up with a business or anything. They're going to be starting from the basic level of just getting an education. They're going to have to start from scratch, but just getting a basic education and going on to go to college or whatever else. And we know how statistically black males do with college and education. So we know that, right? So that means that if your daughter gets pregnant before she has proper funds, right, she gonna be stuck in your house because that Nick Nog who got her pregnant, which is all she gonna have access to, because I don't try to explain to you black women, when you're on a certain socioeconomic status, you're not gonna have access to wealthy men or men with decent income. You're not gonna have access to that shit. Only thing you're gonna have access to are men with basic education and probably a job, which means they're poor. And they can lose their job at any time. And these other males are trying to F with black women's finances because these black males want you black women to be the breadwinners. They want you to take care of everything by yourself. They have no intention on giving you any money. They have no intention on taking care of a family and providing a woman with money and resources. They have no intention on doing that. Their whole argument is not to do that. So you already know they in a conspiracy, a group effort, concerted effort and conspiracy to try to stop you black women from having any money. And they doing it on purpose, right? Because they don't have any resources. They can't go to each other for money, and they wouldn't go to each other for money. They go to women for money. They try to suck you dry of every resource you have, and they do it on purpose. So knowing that, you know that your daughter is not going to have any access to any wealthy men with any decent income. So the best bet would be conditioning your daughter to practice for it, be abstinence and not have sex and not procreate or even have sex with males, so that you can stop that whole dynamic from happening. Because you already understand that the Trump administration, the government is trying to stop you from having enough funds to take care of yourself as a single woman. And they trying to trap your daughter if you have any kids. Luckily, if you don't have any kids, you ain't got to worry about none of this stuff because you don't have kids to worry about. But if you have kids, you have to worry about these things because you're on a complete domination and subjugation. So you have to understand that These males don't want you to have any money, and they don't want your kids to be properly educated, especially your black female children, because they want to get them pregnant. They want to put them in slavery. They want to put them in doing slave labor with no money and getting pregnant. That's what they want. Okay, this is clear with politics and everything statistically that's going on. It's real obvious to be able to see that, right? So you have to be proactive at this point in time to make sure that your daughter is not being influenced by these perverts, these fucking rapists, these celebrity males, these celebrities. Okay? Because they promoting, they using their kids to promote to them, promote garbage to them. All right? Northwest is one of the main children is being used to influence other little girls. They have their little ones, you feel me? Like, it's not all of the celebrities. It's the ones who you seeing out in the public and seeing it on social media and stuff like that with active social media pages. All right, so they are the ones that's trying to influence, which is why you need to keep your kids off of social media, and you need to teach them about that social media is fake. All of these black male celebrities are in on it. Every last one of them are in on it. So you don't trust any of those pieces of garbage. All they care about is making money and having as much access to sex and money as possible. They're animals, they're beasts, they're from hell, they're demons. They have no humanity at all. They don't have nothing. They're just demons on earth. So they don't have any fucking morals or anything like that. So they're not going to be thinking, I'm not trying to jack up a whole generation of people. They don't care. All they want to do is exploit the black community for profit. And in order to do that, black women have to stay pregnant and having children to be exploited. You understand? So that's the goal. And they're all in on it. All of them are in on it. Every last one of them are in on it. There's no males. Any of them trying to speak like they're not in on it. Yeah, they're in on it. Because look at their kids. Look at all of the celebrity black ashy dick dog kids. Look at the children. Look at how they behave and what they promote. They promote, oh, I'm rich, I'm stupid, I'm not educated. Yeah, I'm on social media, being a social media influencer, dancing around, doing trendy TikTok dances, and not having no opinion about anything. Being hypersexual. That's what they promote with their black kids or biracial kids. And y'all need to get that. And the goal is just to influence your black kids, because they want them behaving a certain way that's going to ultimately affect you as a black mother. You're going to be mostly affected by what your kids are doing, because Nick Knowles don't raise their kids. Nick Knowles don't even expect to be alive long. They don't even have a long lifespan, and they know that. So they expect to be dead before their kids are even 30 or 25. You understand? Like, they just want to be here, get enough sex and food and shelter, as I said, that they can get until their death. They're animals. Like, their whole thought process is, let me get some shelter, some food, some sex, and then keep getting these things, these three things, until I'm dead. They don't have no plan for building up no wealth, money, or nothing to pass down to their kids, or they don't have no plan for life at all. They don't have nothing to live for at all. They're poor, they stay poor, and they don't have anything to offer for their whole lifespan to any woman or any kids. So you already know they have no plan to do anything. So that's why you black women should stop procreating with them, because they don't even have nothing to offer. But you need to understand about these celebrities and how they're going to try to brainwash your kids, because I promise you, that's what the powers that be in these celebrities, that's what they're using their kids for. Everything that Kanye West said about Kim Kardashian is true. That she a sex worker and she's trafficking kids, yeah. I believe it. I believe it 100%. They have dealings with Diddy. They have dealings with all of these celebrity males who are known now as being rapists and sexually assaulting women and child molesters and pedophiles. Like, they associated, they in that circle. They run in those circles with those males and they act hypersexual. Like, the Kardashians are very hypersexual and disgusting. So it's clear that they don't have no self respect. It's clear that they don't care about no kids. They don't care about how they live or how they make money or whatever. They don't care about none of that. Yeah, Kanye West is the same. So we don't need to keep saying that's what he get for being with a white woman. Like, no, these black males are garbage. I wish black women would stop saying that, because when they say that, it's like they're implying that black males are morally better than white women or something. Like, no, they're not. These are garbage across the board. Like, neither one of them are better than each other. They both the same. Why do y'all think white women and black males connect on such a deep level? They're the same. White women don't care about nothing but material things. All they care about is being better than black women and competing with black females and having a better life and having more resources and more money, living in a better neighborhood, having access to better education and everything else. Like, that's all white people care about. That's what they thrive on, right? So the Nig Dog is exactly the same. He's the new Klansman. Why the hell do you think Kanye was wearing that damn KKK suit? Like, he's promoting and advertising hatred, like racism. He's heavily promoting it with the swastika necklace and all of that, promoting that and promoting Hitler. I mean, well, that's promoting Hitler and promoting KKK. So and that's why these males are talking about God. Like, if you see a lot of rhetoric about God online, and you see a lot of things about Jesus Christ and God on your algorithm, they're trying to hide their hand. That's them, these males trying to hide their hand, because they know that they're sick, perverted ass pedophiles at large, and they're trying to rape these little kids and hypersexualize them and destroy their lives and make them slaves, make them breeder slaves, make them just property and breeders, and using them for whatever they can use it for, exploiting them for their labor. Like, that's what these males are about. So this Jesus trope thing that they're on right now is just to hide that fact. Like, they're demons from hell and they're trying to hide it. They're trying to use Jesus Christ to cover their demonic behavior and actions in society. So they keep using religion and excuse me, Jesus Christ. Excuse me again. But anyway, trying to use that as leverage. So when you see them saying that these are demons, like, males are the devil, and they know that they're, it's becoming more obvious. They're being exposed. Like, it's becoming more and more evident that they're the devil himself. And it ain't nothing we need to be looking out for. It's literally them. They are responsible for all of the treason, all of the turmoil, all of the chaos, all of the rape, molestation, perversion, thieving, all of that on earth. And they know that's the truth. So now they're trying to use religion and Jesus Christ to cover that up. They feel like if they can convert you into Christianity, which is what they did during slavery, if they can convert you to that, then they can train you to not look at them as the devil and to look away from them being Satan, and just focus on turning the other cheek and loving your neighbor. And what, I've been seeing a lot of license plates with that scripture on there, the John 16. I'll be seeing that everywhere. I don't see any other scripture being heavily promoted and advertised the way I see that particular scripture being advertised and promoted, through advertisement, like, or through just like merchandise. You know what I'm saying? Like, that scripture is always on everything. So they really focused on making people love their enemies and take perversion and rape, trying to train you through Christianity to accept your inferiority as a woman and accept being raped and murdered and killed and pillaged and shit. Like, they trying to use religion to, they heavily promote that everywhere. So right, they don't want, see, women have women's intuition. We have our own spirituality, and they trying to tap into it to make us, to control us, to make us worship them. So we already know they're the devil. Like, it's common sense that they're Satan. They're everything demonic on earth. We know that. Some women know it on a subconscious level. Some women know it directly, outright, like I do. But their whole goal is trying to see how stupid you are, so they can convert you into their religion, their occult, to get you not to see them as the demons they are. They want to convert you so you will think that everything else is the devil, everything else is. But yeah, like I said, yeah, they know the truth, and they know we know the truth, and I mean, they trying to. It's like, what's interesting to me is that they trying to be the devil, but then try to promote that they're godly in the same thing, like completely contradicting themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, they want me to know they the devil. They come on here saying all kinds of crazy stuff in my chat room, and they keep trying to mess with me and trying to affect my livelihood, and they think they're doing something. You know what I'm saying? And they having such a good time being, what I'm saying, trying to F with somebody and stuff. Um, this is what they doing, but then they trying to, in the same breath, act like there's something godly about them, that women need to seek them to find God or something. So it's just pathetic. But I do understand what's behind it and why they're doing it. But these males are the devil, because I mean, you can see what they're doing with these kids and what they're promoting to these kids. Like, look at the mass media, look at these things. They putting all the sexually perverted crap in these movies, and they putting it on Disney and promoting it to these kids. They using all these tactics to mess with these kids on a mental level, all over social media. All their social media platforms are designed to desensitize children and to give them a false sense of reality, giving them a false standard of manhood, false standard of womanhood. Like, they're demonic. And they're doing it to these black kids because they know that the black children don't have no real fathers. They don't have no real males in their life, men. So they're easily corrupted in the mind because they don't know what a real man is. They don't know what um they don't know anything. All they know is what they've been taught around them, what they see and perceive. But they're using social media to give them a false sense of what life is about, because they want these black children to be ignorant. They don't want these black children to be political or educated or understand having standards and having, what I'm saying, standards of the way they live, the way they survive, the way they behave. They don't want them having none of that. So that's why they heavily influencing them. And these Nick dogs are helping them because they're not doing their job as being, they're completely emasculated. They on the internet gossiping like women. Just think about how these kids feel seeing these grown men on the internet, doing gossip videos. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got grown men on here talking about relationships in a very juvenile, immature, childish type of level. And then you have, um, you have so many of them Like Kanye, he just made that video. I mean, he talking picking on kids, picking on them being disabled, and then he just made a video, whining about nobody likes him, like he's 2 years old. Like, just imagine black kids looking at that. These are the grown men, these are the granddaddies, these are the daddies, and you a kid, a black kid, seeing a grown man act like that. Like, that's embarrassing. That's sick. I mean, these people know nothing about being a Christian. Like, people are fake. Like, you can't just say stuff about God and think that's gonna stick. It's not. Like, it's not. People can use religion for whatever they want to use it for. See, that's why black children have to be taught that. Like, just because somebody say they're a Christian or they say the word Jesus Christ don't mean anything, because it's certain standards that men and women have. There's certain standards of behavior, standards of of what would be the word I'm looking for? It's standards of living. It's standards of being. And that's the point. It ain't about the word Jesus Christ. It ain't about religion. Okay, so when people are saying that, they full of crap, because it's a lot of corruption in the church, because these males are corrupt. And when you're corrupt, your church gonna be corrupt, and all of the people in your church gonna be corrupt because you not teaching nothing. You're not holding nobody to no standard. And see, that's what these black kids need to learn and be taught. If anything, not about Christianity, they need to be taught about standards. Because once they learn about standards and they see that people around them not meeting a certain standard of behavior or of living, then they'll know not to listen to those people and not to take them serious. Like, I have every right to not like Negroes and not like them and not want nothing to do with them. I have every right to autonomy over my own body and my own right to what I like and what I don't like, what I accept, what I don't accept, what I put energy into and what I don't put energy into. I have every right to my own opinion. And anybody trying to affect your livelihood because they don't like your opinion, they are not Christians. They're not godly. They're not meeting a standard of behavior that they should be meeting, which is minding their damn business. Because even in the Bible, I mean, all of the Bible talk about that. When you dealing with fools and you dealing with ignorant people, you can't